Part 22. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 211. Heavenly Soldiers Obey. The 10 7-star heavenly soldiers said in unison, and at the same time launched a death charge towards the big zombie. The big zombie smashed a fist on one of the 7-star heavenly soldiers and smashed it into the ground. Fang Fan's mouth twitched, so cruel. A 7-star heavenly soldier is so cold? What happened right now made Fang Fan open his mouth unnaturally. The 7-star heavenly soldier that Fang Fan believed had died unexpectedly emerged from the soil again, and looked unscathed, not even a single wound. My CAO, what's the situation? Fang Fan was stunned. Did the 7-star heavenly soldier fight against the 9-star huge zombie unscathed? Ding. The 7-star celestial soldiers are only limited in their attack power to the 7-star level, and their physical strength is still the level of the celestial soldiers. When the system sound came, Fang Fan nodded secretly. It turned out that there was such a mystery in it. It's a pity that there is only 10 minutes of existence. Everyone withdraws from the frontal battlefield, and let the soldiers face the 9-star zombies. Galen. The Dark Knight Unicorn, attack from behind. The injured quickly entered the bunker to rest. Fang Fan gave the order in a calm and orderly manner, and then turned on the bunker's attack system. Swoosh swish. A series of laser cannons shot out in all directions. The laser cannon is the weapon that comes with the bunker. Fang Fan checked it. There are a total of 16 laser cannons in the entire fortress, all of which are 180 mm caliber. Because the bunker card was opened by Fang Fan, he had full control over the bunker. Fang Fan specially mobilized 10 laser cannons to attack the big zombies. This kind of laser cannon can't penetrate his body. One can imagine how awesome the 9-star zombies are. However, although it cannot penetrate the body of the 9-star big zombie, it can also deal a certain degree of blow to it. At least once the bombardment passed, that piece of blood was blurred. Coupled with the huge size of the big zombie, it is just the best target. Of course, the laser cannons bombarded from the front, and from time to time they also hit the sky soldiers who were fighting frontally. However, the laser cannon beam that can damage the 9-star zombies can't leave the slightest mark on these heavenly soldiers. These heavenly soldiers are too strong. I don't know what level of existence they are. There are too many unknowns in this world. Fang Fan's eyes scattered. The 9-star zombie leader's defense ability is very strong, but with the joint assistance of the bunker laser cannon and 10 7-star soldiers, he gradually showed signs of fatigue. In addition, there are 7-star Dark Knight Unicorns and 8-star Galen's raids behind the scenes. There are more and more wounds on the leader of the 9-star zombies, and the thick blood strips are slowly passing. By the end, this 9-star zombie leader had no normal skin on his body, and was completely smeared by the laser cannon beam. The last knife was made by Galen. The knife first stabbed into the right eye of the 9-star zombie leader, and then severed his neck. 9-star zombies were killed. Fang Fan sat down and let out a long sigh of relief. It's not easy. At this moment, those 7-star heavenly soldiers gradually began to disappear from Fang Fan's eyes. The 10-minute summon time has come. The leader of the 9-star zombies was killed, and the remaining zombies suddenly fell into a state of no owner, which seemed very scattered. Although the number is large, it is no longer able to deal a fatal blow to Fang Fan. A large part of the 100,000 zombies dispersed, and a small part was killed. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 212. He killed that big zombie? How is that possible? That big zombie is at least a 7-star level zombie. Guoneng's face was as black as charcoal. He carefully planned, is it going to be ruined like this? Everything in front of you will be turned into nothing? He is not reconciled. There is a surging killing intent circulating in my heart. He's going to end it all. Even if they were lucky enough to kill the big zombie, they are exhausted at this moment. If I go there now, not only can I kill that hateful guy, but also get the high-level card that the big zombie exploded. Guoneng swallowed a mouthful of saliva subconsciously, and he looked a little excited. Facts have proved that the higher the level of zombies killed, the greater the chance of producing advanced cards. Like this high-level zombie, if you can open a Legion card, it will definitely be at the level of 4 or 5 stars. If there are some more special types of cards, it will be even more profitable. Young country lord, Fang Fan is not easy to provoke. This guy can kill even such a powerful big zombie. Didn't we send food in the past? The attendant admonished from the side. According to the meaning of the attendant, it was fear, it was fear. Idiot. Wealth is at risk. If we wait until he recovers, it will be even harder for us to kill him. Now is the only chance. I will definitely repay this revenge. Otherwise, I will not be reconciled. I will not be reconciled to death. Guoneng took a deep breath and squeezed his hand subconsciously. The broken fingers of his right hand and the scars on his head were all left by Fang Fan. This person is like a nightmare now, making it difficult for him to calm down. He vowed to change all that. To end all this. In addition, we secretly evacuate this matter. Do you really think they don't know? If that guy settles the account in the autumn, we will be in danger. Order all the troops of the mountain country to surround me. At the east gate of Su country, Su Zheng, the lord of Su country, dispatched tens of thousands of elites to kill and rush to the northern city for help. The 100,000 zombies in Baikan were defeated. Who did it? Fang Fan. Su Zheng looked surprised. He knew that Fang Fan's army was powerful, but how long did it take? It took less than half an hour for him to mobilize the army. And it takes time for the messengers to go back and forth. Yes, it is indeed City Lord Fang Fan who led people to defeat the zombies. However, the legion under City Lord Fang Fan also suffered heavy losses. A powerful mutant zombie appeared in the zombie group. It is predicted to be at least an 8-star zombie. Of course that zombie killed half of the 5-star Bone Dragon Knight army under Fang Fan's City Lord. The messenger continued to report. I didn't see him wrong, it's just that he killed so many zombies again, the treasury of my Su country has to be emptied again. Su Zheng had a helpless expression on his face. It stands to reason that the North City zombie group had been defeated, so he should be happy, but he couldn't be happy now. Report. There is a change in Baikan Mountain's army, and it has already moved towards the city. The target is where the card shop is located. As soon as the previous messenger left, the next messenger rushed over. Su Zheng has a complicated expression on his face. He must have hatred in his heart for the young master of the mountain country. After all, according to his information, it was this idiot who put the zombies into the city, causing the life of such an North City to be ruined. But considering the overall situation, the army of the Shan Kingdom is now running to attack Fang Fan. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 213. There are now 3 options in front of Su. First, lead the army to attack the army of the Shan Kingdom, and attack Fang Fan both inside and outside to kill this traitor. Second, lead the army to the ground, go to attack Fang Fan, kill Fang Fan, and share the interests with Shanguo. You must know that the card branch has accumulated a lot of wealth. Third, choose silence, just pretend you don't know anything, let the 2 tigers fight, wait and see how the situation changes. Su Zheng narrowed his eyes and gradually loosened his hands. Order all troops to rest on the spot and wait for orders. There is no doubt that he chose the third option. There is no absolute hatred and kindness between countries, cities, and cities. Some are just equivalent entanglements of interests. Satan patrolled with 2 demons and flew over with a surprised look on his face. Lord, there is a human army with the size of 100,000 heading towards us, and it will be here in about 15 minutes. Satan honestly reported what he saw. 100,000 scale. Human army? Is it Su's army? Fang Fan thought for a while. Could it be that Su Zheng sent reinforcements to kill the zombies? After all, this is his city. Whenever Su Cheng suffers a loss, he should be the one who worries the most. The army is coming from the direction of the North City Gate. It's not the flag of Su country, it seems to be from the mountain country. Satan scratched his head, and he was not very clear about these forces. Shanguo? Guo Nang. This guy is here to die. Order the whole army to prepare for war. Fang Fan is naturally not naive enough to think that the army of Shanguo is here to help him slaughter the zombies. How these zombies passed through the North City Gate, and how they happened to arrive at the location of the card branch, these are all important. Fang Fan doesn't believe that there are so many coincidences in this world. String all the coincidences together and you can actually get some answers. This guy is killing it. Fang Fan was only suspicious before, but now that Guoneng came with the army, he was basically convinced. Fill the bunker with 1 million magic crystals as energy. Fang Fan waved his hand, and millions of magic crystals have been thrown out. The war bunker opened by this bunker card is really strong, especially the 16 180mm laser cannons, which can cause damage to 9-star zombies. But there is a premise: you must be a local tyrant to be able to support. It takes energy to maintain the launch of the bunker laser cannon, and the magic crystal is the purest source of energy. Bone Dragon Knight Legion and Demon Legion are launched to fight. Listen to my order to attack. The Unicorn Legion is guarding around the bunker, ready to help. The Yellow Turban Canal Commander Corps and the Gothic Laser Rifle Corps stayed in the bunker and used the shooting holes to carry out long-range strikes. 1 healing card and supply card per person to quickly recover from injuries and supply energy. Fang Fan deployed calmly. Killing the 9-star zombie leader and defeating a group of 100,000 zombies really did cause some serious damage to the legion under his command. Necessary rest is just needed. Of course, it just so happens that the war bunker is here. Isn't it a waste not to use it? Just spending some magic crystals can cause a fatal blow. Once the war fort shoots out the flames of war, it will be a devastating blow. Young Lord Fang Fan and the others have all hid in a bunker, and dare not fight against you in the wild. Your magic tricks scared him. Looks really weak. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 214. Guoneng was very satisfied with the news that the messenger reported back. That's how it should be. He is the lord of the dignified mountain country, and his status is noble. Who can compare? What kind of chicken feather is Fang Fan? But it's just a doomsday upstart. Relying on the high level of several legions under his command, he wanted to suppress him? Impossible. This is obviously an impossible event. The hatred has accumulated to a certain extent, and it must be vented, otherwise it will be suffocated to death. The severed finger in the hand, the scar on the head, these are all bloody testimony. I thought it would be hard to get revenge. Who knew that a group of zombies had made his dream come true? Let open the city gate, save yourself, and harm Fang Fan's card shop. Later, Fang Fan went to the rescue in person, and Guoneng thought he could kill him directly. Haha, he was lucky enough to kill that big zombie. But it's getting to the point where the oil is running out. Now it's time for me to show it. Attracting zombies. It's just the first step. Then it's time to kill him completely. Guoneng clenched his hands tightly, and the killing intent in his eyes seemed to condense into substance. Ha ha ha, I'm dying of laughter. Even such a small bunker wants to stop me. This Fang Fan is really powerless. Brothers, come on, kill Fang Fan, and I will reward you with 10,000 magic crystals. Upgrade to 3 levels in a row. Come on. Guoneng sits in the central army and is not panic at all. An army of 100,000 people, facing a small bunker, how can they still be cowardly? The former Fang Fan was an army of tigers and wolves. But now, it's just a bunch of remnants of weak soldiers. The smile on Guoneng's face gradually became hideous, and he seemed to have seen Fang Fan kneeling and surrendering in front of him. Boom boom boom. Swoosh swish. Suddenly, dark blue laser beams flew over, and the laser beams had unparalleled penetrating power. Guoneng counted it, there are about a dozen beams. These beams, what are they? Guoneng's brows were about to wrinkle when the beam arrived. All beings hit by the beam, are all powdered, all annihilated into a pile of dust, floating in the air. The beam is about the size of a football. Guoneng's lips began to tremble, and he saw with his own eyes that the head of a guard beside him was weathered in an instant. A few grains of dust and a lot of them slammed into his cheeks, and there was a warm feeling. As far as he could see, a series of about 70 or 80 survivors suddenly had a football-sized hole in their stomachs. The other parts are intact, but the abdomen is hollowed out, and there is nothing. The laser beam is very penetrating, very strong. The laser gun penetrated about 10 people's bodies and wiped out the energy. However, the 180 mm laser cannon on the bunker can penetrate the bodies of nearly 100 people at the same time. This is a terrifying killer. Guoneng fell down instinctively, and his body began to tremble violently. A beam of light flew over his head, sanding all his hair. The wound on the top of the head was exposed to the air, and it was very painful. There was a scratching feeling, which made his body tremble unnaturally. What the hell is this? Guoneng roared, feeling that his lower body already had a moist feeling. Young master, it seems, like a laser. I've seen others shoot a laser gun before, it's this kind of dark blue beam. It's just that the beam is too thick. We can't bear it. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 215. Guoneng's hands were deeply buried in the ground. He frantically began to dig a hole. He wanted to dig into the ground, this way, he could always avoid being killed by the laser beam. Come on. Run for me. Don't be a coward. What a coward. Go up and do it. They just had a small bunker there, and if they destroyed the small bunker, naturally there would be no such strange beams. Whoever blew up that bunker, I'll reward him with 1,000,000 magic crystals. I'll let him be the commander of 10,000 people. Guoneng squeezed his fingers tightly, his knuckles turning white. The current situation is not good, very bad. He has to turn things around as much as possible. He was indeed afraid of death, but not stupid. He knew that if this continued, his life would not be preserved. Under the heavy reward, there must be a brave man, and a few more loyal guards around them rushed over with bombs. However, these guards were directly killed by the sniper before they could reach the range of the projectile bomb. Inside the bunker, the Gothic Laser Rifle Corps and the Yellow Turban Commander Corps are both excellent long-range attack units. The laser rifle in the hands of the Gothic Laser Rifleman is a hit. Although the Yellow Turban Commander Legion did not major in archery, they were still a 4-star legion, and their shooting power and accuracy were not too bad. Seeing that the heroic guards who had just rushed up were directly killed, Guoneng's face darkened again. Fortunately, the firing of the laser cannon had stopped at this time. Send 1,000 elites for labor and capital to rush. Bring bombs. They are few. We have a great chance. Blow up the bunker, the glory and wealth are all yours. Guoneng shouted a few times, and his face suddenly turned blood red. Only this time, there are not so many warriors. Although they are numerous and powerful, how many are willing to sacrifice their lives? Who is not a little selfish? Now rushing up, is killing. There is silence all around. Where is the supervising team? The 7th and 10th Brigade are merged into one place, and the labor and capital will be rushed. In the military system of the mountain country, a brigade has about 1,000 people, and 10 brigades are combined into a team of 10,000 people. The 2 brigades originally had about 2,000 people, but now they have been bombarded once, plus the consumption of the past few days, it is almost more than 1,000 people together. The supervising team was threatening with swords and guns in the back. Of course, the survivors of these 2 battalions were extremely reluctant. At this moment, they could only choose to bite the bullet and rush forward. It's a death. More than 1,000 people scattered and attacked Fang Fan's bunker. Tisk, this guy has learned shrewdly this time. It's so scattered, I can't make any money by firing laser cannons now. Fang Fan couldn't help feeling a little distressed when he watched the energy of the bunker drop by more than half. What's the matter? Just rushed into 1,000,000 magic crystals, and it will be bottomed out so soon. This bunker is indeed a weapon of war. But also depends on how to use it. I've been playing cannons, I really can't stand it. Lord, what should we do now? I'll take people out to fight them head to head. Guan Hai came over, with a vigorous fighting spirit emerging from his body. No, let them rush over. The Yellow Turban Canal Commander Corps and the Gothic Laser Rifle Corps are still killing. I'm afraid they won't come. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth rose slightly, and there was no fear in his eyes. Nearly half of the 7th and 10th battalions were killed or injured, but at this moment Guoneng's expression was extremely excited. Because the 7th and 10th brigades are already close to that damn little bunker. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 216. Project. Guoneng roared excitedly. There are still hundreds of people in the incomplete 7th and 10th Brigade. Throwing hundreds of grenades and dynamite packs together, isn't this small fortress in front of me directly reduced to ashes? Will they kill all the people inside by then? Fang Fan will have to die then? His revenge can also be avenged. Guoneng couldn't hold back the excitement in his heart. He felt that all this was going to be revitalized. He was so excited. Rumbling. Explosive bombs and grenades exploded one after another. There are at least several thousand kilograms of 4 explosives bombing around the 30 cubic meter small bunker. Thousands of kilograms of explosives exploded one after another, and a fire flickered. The fire gradually evolved into a roaring fire dragon, which seemed to want to devour it all. Guoneng laughed. He smiled happily and purely. Is this all going to end? The sound of explosives continued for several minutes, incessantly. The roaring fire dragon also burned for several minutes. Let's go, let's see the charred corpse. How can Fang Fan be so powerful? Under our strong offensive, he can only kneel down. Guoneng turned around and said very forcefully to his subordinates. The corners of his mouth rose, and his expression was extremely agitated. Less, young country lord. A look of horror appeared on the faces of several attendants. What's wrong? Guoneng frowned, then turned his head subconsciously, only to see a bunker still standing quietly in the firelight, as if talking about all this silently. This is impossible. Guoneng's breathing became rapid, and his fingers trembled unnaturally. Immediately, there was an infinite horror in his eyes. Because that damn dark blue beam, again. Lie down. Although Guoneng knelt down on the ground in time, his entire right arm was completely taken away. A few mutilated fingers managed to escape, but silently fell to the ground because they had no flesh and blood to support them. Because the speed of the laser cannon was so fast, Guoneng didn't even feel any pain, everything seemed numb. After a few seconds, Guoneng waved his empty right arm. Ah, Fang Fan. I'm going to kill you. Kill you. Guoneng's forehead was soaked with blood and sweat, and he rolled violently on the ground. The whole army strikes. Kill Fang Fan. Kill, kill, kill. He tried to call on the army under his command to continue to attack, but at this moment his thoughts were useless. That's the devil's bunker, we can't break it. That dark blue light beam is the devil staring at us, and we are targeted by the devil. Run. We are all mortals. How can we fight the devil? But the young king is still there. That idiot, he was the one who led us to our demise. Otherwise, we would keep guarding at the North City Gate, where would there be such calamities? Run. The 100,000 strong army was swept away by successive 180 mm large caliber laser cannons, causing tens of thousands of damage. The remaining tens of thousands of troops are no longer willing to fight, and they all ran away. No one listened to his orders anymore, despite Guoneng howling there. At this time, Guo gradually woke up, and the blood and sweat on his forehead became more and more. Grass. Run with me. I'm injured, I can't run. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 217. Can I give you a hand? A rather soft voice suddenly came from his ear, and Guoneng's body trembled. He was so familiar with this voice. It's the devil's. That terrifying demon, here he comes. Guoneng raised his head with a spirit ring, and supported himself with his only left arm to get up. Fang Fan, you can't kill me. Let me go. Otherwise, my mountain country will never die for you. My father is the lord of the mountain country, and I am the young lord of the mountain country. If you kill me, it is equivalent to setting up a powerful enemy for yourself. If you let me go, I can persuade my father to form an alliance with you. At that time, your Zhongchen will be guaranteed a lot, and no one else will dare to go against you. Guoneng's hand trembled slightly, and there was a trace of excitement in his eyes. He felt that by saying this, he was able to express his feelings very well. But any normal person should not refuse such a temptation, right? Kill him and make a formidable enemy. If you let him go, you will be able to have one more powerful ally. Guoneng felt that the chips he gave were very heavy. Guoneng's head slowly lowered, he glanced at his empty right hand, and the killing intent in his eyes gradually gathered together. He knew very well who his enemy was, and he knew even more who made him fall into this tragic state. He is dead. With one arm missing, he is disabled. The 100,000 army is gone, and after returning, you can imagine what kind of whipping you will suffer. When I stand up again, I will definitely find a chance to kill you. You caused all this. I hate you so much. Guoneng secretly said in his heart, but when his head was raised, his face was full of smiles. Fang Fan was also laughing with him. Fang Fan slowly raised the laser pistol in his hand and fired a shot at Guoneng's eyebrow. A dark blue beam shot out, and Guoneng's signs of life began to slowly disappear. He died. Because of you, my card shop was mortally destroyed. Because of you, the shopkeeper I carefully nurtured almost died. Because of you, my 5-star Bone Dragon Knight army has suffered more than half of the casualties. Because of you, labor and management almost died. What's more, you are far from qualified to negotiate with me. You do not deserve. Fang Fan said a few words lightly, and there seemed to be fireworks burning in his eyes. From the moment Guoneng lured the zombies to the card shop, his fate was already doomed. The only difference is that Fang Fan is going to rest for a night and kill him tomorrow. It's just that this guy seems a little impatient, and hurried to die. Lord City Master. Card branch. Ruined. I betrayed your trust. Please kill me. Dong Yi walked over with blood on his face full of sadness. He thinks it's himself, causing all of this to happen. He said all the blame for the destruction of the card shop was on himself. And the truth, what does it have to do with him? Even if Fang Fan was here before, the result might be the same. What's your fault? If I'm wrong, I didn't come back in time. The card branch will be rebuilt, and you are still the manager of the card branch. Open a card branch for me. As I said, what I care about is never a shop, but people who can open a shop. Your value in my heart is better than 1,000 stores like this. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 218. Fang Fan's words didn't have too many contagious modifiers, but every sentence was sincere. Dong Yi's body froze, he wiped his tears and knelt down solemnly. Don't you dare to die for the Lord of the city. Hey, the army of the 100,000 Mountain Kingdom has been destroyed. More than half of the casualties. The remaining tens of thousands fled. Fang Fan's name, it really isn't a false name. Su Zheng, the lord of the country of Su, took a deep breath. After fighting with the zombies that could only be 8-star or higher, he still had the power to destroy an army of 100,000 people. There were only a few dozen of them from start to finish. Fortunately, from the very beginning, my country, Su, was never an enemy of Fang Fan. He can defeat the army of the mountain country. What's the difficulty of occupying this Suchen? By the way, take 3 million, no, 10 million magic crystals from the treasury. You deliver it to the city Lord Fang Fan yourself. Just say it's my heart. Thanks to him for helping us in Suchen to pacify the zombies in Baikan. Keep my Suchen safe. Su Zheng said to Su Mi in front of him very firmly, and now Su Mi has become stronger and stronger with Fang Fan, and his status has also risen, and he has followed. Everyone knew that Su Mi and Fang Fan had the best relationship, and to deal with Fang Fan, they had to go through Su Mi. Now Su Zheng has to bring Su Mi by his side from time to show his favor. In the north city of Suchen, Fang Fan looked at the war fortress in front of him, and it hurt a little. Is such a good fortress going to be a one-off? This is so special, it seems that I can't move. There are also 16 180mm large caliber laser cannons on it. The power of the laser cannon has been practiced by Fang Fan himself, and even 9-star zombies can be injured. One can imagine its power. And in large-scale army operations, the combat effect that can be exerted is even more obvious. With one shot, it can directly penetrate 70 or 80 people. It's just that the energy magic crystals are a bit more consumed, but the flaws are not concealed. Recycling cards, you can recycle used cards after use to restore them to their original state. Fang Fan looked at the card in his hand with a look of joy on his face. Isn't this a complete solution to your own problem? Use the recycling card on this bunker. Ding. Consume a recycling card. Get a bunker card *1. Sure enough. Fang Fan was in a good mood when he saw the bunker card in his hand. City Lord Fang Fan, Su Mi asks to see you. Su Mi galloped over, and when he saw Fang Fan, his face was full of joy. Congratulations to City Lord Fang Fan for strangling the Shan Kingdom rebellion. In addition, I would like to thank City Lord Fang Fan for helping Su Cheng wipe out the zombies. When Su Mi came over, she first expressed her thanks and congratulations. Fang Fan pouted and nodded, not very interested. These 10 million magic crystals are a little bit of the meaning of our country lord. The main reason is to thank the city lord Fang Fan for helping us clear the zombies in Suchun. Su Mi lowered his head and glanced at Fang Fan, then waved his hand, and piles of magic crystals were carried over. Seeing the magic crystal, the smile on Fang Fan's face increased. This King Su is still very discerning. Fang Fan lowered his head and thought, and he could probably guess what Su Qiaozu was thinking. He wiped out the 100,000 army of the mountain country, and Su Zheng at this moment is probably also very flustered. These tens of millions of magic crystals are not only a kind of gratitude, but also a kind of pleasing in disguise. I hope Fang Fan will not tear down his Suchun. In the matter of Guoneng, Su Zheng still bears some responsibilities. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Xu Yu. Chapter 219. For example, when the Mountain Country Army was besieging Fang Fan before, he had every opportunity to lead the army to stop it. But he chose to remain silent. It's not a big deal, but if it's serious, it can be a reason to start a war. Go back and thank Qiaozu Su for me. With the magic crystal in front, Fang Fan has no reason to refuse. World announcement. Congratulations to you for surviving for so many days, please accept the gift package of the God of the Last World. Across the world, there will be demonized beasts. We will create high-level demonized beast leaders based on the comprehensive strength of each city. GGG, enjoy this gluttonous feast. I love seeing you struggling to survive. GGG. A strange voice came, and the so-called God of the End of the World appeared again. Fang Fan's eyes gradually became sharper, the scourge of zombies has not been completely removed, and now there is another demonized beast? What does this God of the End of the World want to do? Do you want to destroy the human race? Fang Fan's fists clenched silently, and his eyes gradually became sharper. I don't care who you are, one day, I will pull you down from the supreme position. Make fun of life. Treat the human race as ants that can be crushed at will, and treat this planet as a playground. Sooner or later, the price will be paid. Fang Fan gritted his teeth. Before, he thought he was very powerful, but now it seems that he is still too far away from that mysterious existence. Magicized beasts. Are those demonized beasts? So scary. On the Suchun city wall, the zombie army gradually withdraws from the curtain, and more demonized beasts appear. Fang Fan took a special look, and his face suddenly became very bad. The combat power of these demonized beasts all start with 1 star, the 2-star demonized beasts are only stronger among them, and 3-star demonized beasts can become small leaders. That's a 5-star demonized beast, and it's so common. Fang Fan sucked in a breath of cold air, the shock in his heart can be imagined. Just now, the God of the End said that high-level demonized beasts will be randomly descended according to the level of each city. Isn't Zhongcheng dangerous? You must rush back to Zhongcheng immediately. Fang Fan stood on the city wall of Suchun and glanced at it. These demonized beasts climbed on land, and even flew in the sky. If I want to get back to Zhongcheng as soon as possible, I can only fly back through the Bone Dragon. It's just that this road will not be peaceful. All legions, each on the back of the Bone Dragon. Let's go back to Zhongcheng. Fang Fan gave an order. The tone has been set. World announcement. The God of Doomsday will issue this week's Legion Combat Power List and Personal Combat Power List rewards. According to the ranking, the rewards are different. The Legion Combat Power List. The first place will be rewarded with 10,000 promotion cards. The second place will be rewarded with 5,000 promotion cards. The third place will be rewarded with 2,000 promotion cards. The 4th to 10th places will be rewarded with 500 promotion cards each. Personal Battle Power List. The first place will be rewarded with 10,000 top-grade magic crystals. The second place will be rewarded with 5,000 high-grade magic crystals. The third place will be rewarded with 2,000 top-grade magic crystals. The 4th to 10th places will be rewarded with 500 top-grade magic crystals. The voice of the god of the end of the world continued for a long time, and Fang Fan, who was sitting on the back of the bone dragon, also showed horror in his eyes. This reward is too generous. He was still complaining about the god of the end of the world just now, but this reward is really fragrant. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 220. Fang Fan remembered that when the first double ranking reward was issued, the first place in the Legion's combat power list only had 1,000 promotion cards. The first place in the personal combat power list only has 1,000 high-grade magic crystals. But this time, the reward of the Legion combat power list has been increased to 10,000 promotion cards. The reward for the first place in the personal combat power list has been raised to 10,000 high-grade magic crystals. It's not that Fang Fan has never seen the world, but this generous reward really shocked him. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth raised slightly, knowing that he had several legions on the Legion's battle power list. The Legion combat power list. First place, Bone Dragon Knight Legion, 5-star level, Commander Fang Fan. Second place, Vampire Baron Legion, 4-star level, Commander Kalen. Third place, Unicorn Corps, 4-star level, Commander Fang Fan. Fourth place, Demon Legion, 4-star level, Commander Fang Fan. Fifth place, Gothic Laser Rifle Corps, 4-star level, Commander Fang Fan. Sixth, Saha Sharpshooter Legion, 4-star level, Commander Griffin. Seventh place, Tiger and Leopard Cavalry Corps, 4-star level, Commander Li Ji. Eighth place, Vampire Banshee Legion, 4-star level, Commander Dong Yi. Ninth place, Yellow Turban Commander Legion, 4-star level, Commander Fang Fan. 10th place, Mayan Female Warrior Army, 4-star level, Commander Yemei. Looking at the Legion's battle power list, Fang Fan was silent for a long time. The top 10 legions above, 7 are all from his hands, 5 are his relatives. In addition, the 4-star Vampire Banshee Legion was bestowed by Fang Fan to Dong Yi as a escort. As for the 4-star Mayan Female Warrior Army, Fang Fan helped Yemei to advance. The first 5-star Bone Dragon Knight Legion, the third 4-star Unicorn Legion, the fourth 4-star Demon Legion, the fifth 4-star Gothic Laser Rifle Legion, and the 9th Yellow Turban Canal Commander Legion are all Fang. Any relatives? According to the reward rules, he will each receive 10,000 promotion cards, 2,000 promotion cards, and 500 promotion cards *3. A total of 13,500 promotion cards. It's almost enough for him to promote a 4-star army to a 5-star army. In addition to the Legion Battle Power List, there is also the Personal Battle Power List. Personal Power List. First place, Fang Fan, 5-star Awakened. Second place, Kylan, 5-star Awakened. Third place, Griffin, 5-star Awakened. Fourth place, Li Ji, a 4-star Awakened. Fifth place, Sai Yongzwuma, a 4-star Awakened. Sixth place, Lagoff, the 4-star Awakened. Seventh place, Burial in the Village, 4-star Awakened. Eighth place, Adams, Samsung Awakener. Ninth place, Xue Samsung Awakener. 10th place, Alex, a 4-star Awakener. In the personal combat power list, Fang Fan is the first in combat power. This person's battle power list, how did they come out? Why hasn't everyone fought before? Fang Fan pouted, secretly complaining. Why is he in the first place every time, even if there are 2 awakened people of the same level behind him. Ding. The personal combat power list will be judged based on the combat power of the personal pets. The system reminds you when it is critical. Fang Fan instantly understood. If that's the case, then it's fine. Before, he had the 3-headed dog of hell, Xiao He, and his combat power has always been strong. Now there is another 7-star Dark Knight Unicorn, who is going to compete. The first prize in the personal combat power list is 10,000 high-grade magic crystals, that is, 100 million low-grade magic crystals, very exciting.